Welcome into KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week, presented by Heidemann and Associates. And what a game we have for you as the Judge Memorial Bulldogs prepare to take on the Corner Canyon Chargers. Thank you for joining us, everyone. My name is Dane Stewart. Please be joined by Scott Kellner. Scott, this is a game. We have wanted this one for years. The last couple years we've wanted it, and we finally get it here in the regular season. First time these two programs have ever faced off.
That's an amazing stat, Dan. I don't think I realized that. Actually, really excited to watch this Corner Canyon team. You know, experienced, well-coached, great program, excellent goalie play with Rhett King, great face-off guy, and going against Judge, a 4A team, going to be 5A next season. A lot of really talented offensive players on Judge. Swanwick is one to keep an eye out for, but Corner Canyon also has 6 players in double figures for points this season, so they've got a lot of people who can score and move the ball as well, so it should be a great matchup.
Yeah, it was Coach Broska who told me that before. He's like, these two programs have never faced off. I wanted it last year with how good Judge was and how dominant they were in 4A, and obviously we get it this year. You talked about Judge, and Coach Broska had the chore of, or the task of rebuilding this program that has been one of the greats, one of the first in the state of Utah, and he's done a fantastic job defending 4A state champs. You talk about a lot of the talent they return. What's the key for you for this Judge team here tonight?
I think it's going to start at the face-off X, and then kind of controlling possession. I mean, Corner Canyon likes to play fast and go hard. I think if they can kind of control possession, that means winning ground balls, controlling the face-off, riding hard, creating extra opportunities. I think that'll be really important for Judge. I mean, both teams have played close games against Park City. Corner Canyon won 11-10. Judge had a tough loss, 10-8, and Park City a great staple or a benchmark. So, I think this will be a competitive game. That's
going to be one of the real keys, in my opinion, is the face-off. You have two real strong face-off teams. Dallas Matena, the junior for Judge, he's 683 on the year from the spot. Meanwhile, for Corner Canyon, you've got a great duo in Easton Danes. He's 550 on the year, and Noah Dunbar's 590. Whoever wins that faceoff is going to give their team a big leg up, as it's Judge in the Road Red to start with the possession. Corner Canyon in their home whites. Want to let you know the clock you see on your screen, unofficial. Times we start it early, stop it late, that sort of thing, as we keep it true up with the official clock here in the stadium. Playing black lines tonight here at Corner Canyon, as Judge starting back here from X. This is Sean Jerome, one of the great scorers on this Judge team, as the Dogs working it around. Here's Gowski. That's the thing about this Corner team. We'll talk about keys for them on their next possession, but this defense is stout for the Chargers.
And, leading that defense is Rhett King, number 16, the keeper for the Chargers, 71% save percentage on the season.
That's a great look there by Swanwick. And just missed wide. Started here with Gus Wood. This Charger defense, they've not allowed double-digit goals yet this season. Here's a rip and an early goal for Judge. How about that shot by Frederick Gowski, the junior, scoring his 12th of the year.
Just takes his man one-on-one from behind the goal. Gets a little bit of a step. Great shot placement, low and away corners. Gets that one to go past Rhett King.
And Rhett King, we did not talk about the goalies. We will. King has been fantastic. He's got a 711 save percentage. And in case you have any doubts, that's against the likes of Brighton, Olympus, Lone Peak, Alta, Park City. And again, they've not allowed double digits to any of those teams. Rhett King, you mentioned it. He's the anchor of this defense. He's been probably the best goalie we've seen in the state all year.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
There's another face-off win here for Judge. Matena will play this over.
Yeah, Matena's an animal. He takes basically 99% of the face-offs, and so we're going to see him a lot today.
And he's more than just a face-off guy. 5 goals this year. Only taken 6 shots, but, man, incredible accuracy when he does take it. Here's Trentman for the Bulldogs. It's a team that's had to battle through a lot of injuries, speaking of Judge, in the early part of the year. Starting to get healthy. Trentman plays back to Wood. as they'll bring Gowski up. Gowski pushed down behind the goal. Tried to send one up. That pass off the mark, and it will be Corner Canyon on the possession, first time tonight. Here's Taylor. Taylor with a long pull shot and the save. The starting goalie tonight's Connor Knight for Judge Memorial, and true to the task on that opening shot for the Chargers.
Yeah, great save by Connor, selling out low, making the save. 52% save percentage on the year for Connor Knight. Judges had a tough schedule. They're 5-3 on the season.
I was talking with Coach Broska before the game. He said, I might have not overscheduled, maybe a bit of a challenging schedule for this group. They're still young, as a ground ball picked up there by Corner. Taylor coming ahead. But played the likes of San Marita, Huntington Beach, actually heading to Colorado this weekend. Like, it has been a schedule that has certainly tested this bunch for Judge Memorial.
Ashton Brown is the leading point scorer for this Corner Canyon team. He has the ball now. It's one of the players you want to keep an eye on.
Campton Dutton's been real good offensively too. 17 goals for him on the year. He's got it here. Dutton sends up. Here's to Gracie. Wheatley from behind goal sends up.
Judge is in his zone.
Fed to the middle, shot there, pushed just wide. And Judge able to win the chase. Good hustle there by Beaudry.
Oh, there's a flag down.
Unsportsmanlike, the call here early. So this will be Judge with an opportunity to go man up here.
It'll be a free clear, so the ball will start in the middle of the field.
That'll be a 1 minute penalty assessed here to Corner. So Judge man up. See how they try to attack this corner D. Boy, how about King stepping out there to defend X? Jerome. Tries to feed a pass to the point there, deflected. Jerome, he'll take a rip, and that shot wide, backed up. Hirsch will work this to Swanwick, back up top and around. Jerome, he'll take another rip. That was high.
Those are high-quality looks for Jerome. He just has to get those on cage.
And Wood stepped in the crease. So that Corner Canyon defense, we were touting it early. We never got a chance to talk about Corner Canyon keys. What do you think is key for the Chargers in this one tonight, Scott?
Well, I think, they clearly play a team offense with 6 guys in double figures so far on the season. I think you just got to play that team offense. Don't key in on one guy. Share the ball movement, just good old-fashioned dodge, pass, dodge. And, really try to get this Judge defense spinning. Judge was in a zone defense there for a minute. And so it'll be interesting to see how the Chargers can react to playing against the zone.
Corner able to kill off the penalty. Back to even strength. We approach the midway point here in this opening quarter. Works around. Boy, near shot off the post. Good look there for Wheatley. Here's Brown. He's got a little room. Ashton stepping up the shot and the save. Boy, good early saves here from Connor Knight.
Yeah, Connor Knight stepping up big. 2 big saves here in the first quarter. Great outlet pass. Judge on the fast break.
Gorman will work this ahead. And that's the thing. There's kind of one and dones here for Corner in this opening quarter. I haven't had a lot of second, third chance opportunities.
I mean, Judge is doing exactly what I think they need to do. They're controlling the face-off. They're doing a good job clearing the ball and really controlling the time of possession so far.
And the tempo, right?
And the tempo, yeah.
So here's Trentman. As Butler will come behind the cage as well. Trentman going to go opposite, works up. Little room here. Played over. A rising shot, rises too much. Come back up with Hirsch. Swanwick again. Oh, nice move. Swanwick will take the shot looking far side. Missed by a couple inches. Oh, how about the chase there by Brady. Able to win it for corner. Young man, I believe, moved in from Illinois. This year has been a great addition to this defensive line for the Chargers as they work up through the middle. Played over. Brown right in front, able to finish. And the leading point man for corner getting the Chargers on the board.
Yeah, nice move by Brown, kind of coming down, attacking early. Defense hadn't quite set up yet, just gets his shoulder around his defender and keeps his stick upfield in his left hand, increasing his angle, and gets that one to go past Connor Knight.
Yeah, nice finish there for Ashton Brown, and I think the diligence to be able to continue to play through that physicality. You know, early looks have been 8-10 yards out where Knight's been able to track it. That time you get in front of the cage and make it more difficult for him to pick it up. His procedure here will give it to the Chargers. The Chargers are coached by Jeff Knight. First year as a head man here, been on the staff for years. Coach Ika moving out east. His son's playing out east and want to go be able to watch them and participate with their play. So Coach King has taken over, and this program continues to do what it has done every year since this sport has been sanctioned, and that is win. As we approach the 4-minute mark here in the opening quarter. Fisher around the screen. He'll take the shot. Taken away by Knight. Judge working on the clear. That pass, a touch behind, able to track that down. And we've got a timeout taken here by Judge. So we'll take our first break. 3:45 to go, opening quarter. Corner, Judge, tied at 1. You're watching KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week, presented by Heidemann and Associates.
With a TabSpend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash or card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. TabSpend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
Welcome back here. 3:45 to go, opening quarter. Scott, your early thoughts of what we've seen in this opening frame?
I think Judge has really controlled the time of possession. They're doing a great job clearing the ball, winning the faceoffs, and getting high-quality looks on offense. That timeout there, they were getting in a little bit of trouble on the clear, running out of time. So sort of a possession timeout to reset the clear, and they found an open midi in the middle of the field.
Here come Judge, and just able to get this across. I just noticed our play clocks are not going tonight here at corner. So, there's no shot clock. I'm sorry. I've been calling Utah too long. I'm like, yeah where's the shot clock?
The rule
My
changes
bad.
between college and
My
high
bad.
school. They're tough for coaches and commentators.
Yeah.
I was going over the 2-minute drill today at practice when you're up by 4 or less and you have to keep it in the box
Yeah.
in the last 2 minutes of the game. Something we don't have to worry about in college.
Try to feed in front there to Evans. Couldn't quite handle it, and corner able to possess. And now corner. A heave ahead. This caught by Fankhauser. Brown will play this over with Dutton. Dutton's had multiple Multi-goal games this year, 3-4 goals, not out of the ordinary for him. Mentioned his 17 goals, a .459 shot percentage. Corner here showing patience. Dutton from X. Coming around, good defense there to force him wide. Here's a look, and that was just wide. Tell you, corner's starting to feel more settled here, aren't they, Scott?
Yeah. Really tried. I think they're trying to figure out this zone and trying to dissect it apart, figure out ways to generate high-quality looks. It's just so tough when you're taking outside shots.
Nice feed.
They got to try to find a way to get something good inside.
And I love DeGracie trying to pull that edge defender up and then dumping to Nielsen. You get a great look.
Yeah. Yeah, trying to find some guys sneaking around the crease.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe throw some cutters.
In the shooting lane, that shot high as that Judge defense came over, made it tough. Dutton starting it. Nielsen. Thought the better part. Fed to the middle, bounce shot there. Boy, that's a great job dissecting that zone and getting a look for DeGracie.
Yeah, it was a great look inside. Great job sort of really spreading out the defense and finding that soft spot in the middle.
Oh, nice stick check there. And Judge able to come away with the possession. Here's Beaudry. Corner trying to race back to defend. Beaudry with room. The shot is wide. And Judge able to back it up thanks to the speed of Swanwick. You see Judge wanting to go quickly here before corner can get back defensively. Rome coming around right into the body of King.
Rome Swanwick, just such a complete offensive player, backing up shots, going one-on-one, can play on ball, play off ball. We had a lot of fun watching him in the 4A state championship last year. Just a really complete offensive player.
20 seconds left. Dutton with it. Corner can get the last shot of this frame. Campton sends over to Brown. Ashton got that right alley. Bounce shot and a goal. A pair of goals in the opening quarter for Brown. Gives the Chargers the first quarter lead.
Yeah, Ashton Brown, just a really quick move down the alley. Kind of similar to his first goal. Gets his shoulder in front of his defender, keeps his stick upfield, and gets that one to go past Connor Knight.
Well, you saw that alley kind of open up and kind of got the sense that was going to be trouble, and indeed it was for Judge. Back-to-back goals for corners. They take the lead here. And Matena tried to sweep that wide, could not possess it. And the hold will give it here to Judge with 3 seconds to go. Matena, he'll take the bounce shot, and that won't go. That'll do it. First quarter in the books. The two best teams in 6A and 4A respectively going toe-to-toe, and it is corner with a 2-1 lead over Judge. You're watching KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week. Start of our second quarter. Dane Stewart, Scott Kellner with you. Boy, great battle here at Corner Canyon as the second quarter faceoff swept back. Adamson able to possess for the Chargers. A pair of goals from Ashton Brown. I'll lead the way for corner. Gives him 16 on the season. He's almost caught up with Campton Dutton. See if the sophomore allows the junior to overtake him here tonight. Wheatley. Oh, gets inside the defense with the low shot in the goal. It's 3-1 corner.
That's the hard part about playing his own is you don't always have a slide set up. Just great ISO move, rolling back from his right to his left, trying to just increase his angle. And he gets that one to go past Knight.
And now 2 of their 3 goals are really coming from within, 4 or 5 yards. It's tough as a keeper to be able to defend that goal when the shots are that close.
They're finding that weakness in the zone, just like down on the wings in front of the crease. If you can beat your man down there, crease your angle, there's no slide.
Yeah. Another face-off and a win for corner. Oh, knocked away. Great stick play there, I think, by Beaudry. Here's Matena. Look out. Dallas will take the shot, and I think that got deflected. There's corner now working to clear. Green. Working down GLE. Shot there just off target. Maybe that late contact forced that a little high.
Yeah. No backup on the shot, so it'll be Judge ball.
Oh, intercepted. A shot there. Beats Connor Knight. And the goal scored by Cameron Crake to make it 4-1.
Yeah, just loose ball on the clear. Kind of a straight shot at the goal. Just really quick, hard for Connor Knight to get set up.
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of tell he was a little late to pick that up, and I don't know if it caught him by surprise or if it was hard to pick that up coming out of the netting there. But, boy, just reinforce the importance of clears, right?
Absolutely.
It's got to be certain with where you're going, and just like that, corners open this up. How about Danes with a face-off win? Look out for Easton. He'll shoot in that save by Knight.
Great save by Connor Knight. Really impressive face-off win.
Judge needed that. Got to get some confidence going here again. Easton Danes had the game winner against Park City in overtime for the Chargers. As here comes Judge. William Perry here with it. It's hard for me not to call him the fridge. Here's Wood. Gus lost his footing, able to get back. Well, you see that slide come over. Up top. Swanwick, there's a little lane, a shot right to King, able to save it. Here comes Brady, has it stick checked away. Judge trying to work this back up. Hirsch couldn't get there, corner on the possession. That intercepted, no, just out of play. It'll be Charger possession. Here's Tanner Oldroyd, a senior. Fisher playing ahead. Here's Brown again. Oldroyd starting from far out. That shot deflected. Able to be recaptured there momentarily. But the push there will leave it here with corner.
Ball movement from corner was really crisp in that opening offensive set there.
Oldroyd. Pocket X here. 8 to go in this opening half. Tanner coming around, shot just wide. Ground ball here. Oh, nice little stick play there by Gorman. As Judge on the possession, working on the clear. Knight. We'll just loft that over the top. Here's Beaudry. Plays out to Trentman. That pass off the mark. Swanwick able to track it down. Oh, fed in front and a goal. No, that was off the side. My apologies. Great look there by Trentman, but off the side of the netting. Here comes corner. Fed in front, shot and a goal. How about the transition of Corner Canyon, and it's Ashton Brown with the early hat trick.
Yeah, great sort of corner realizing they have numbers. They find Ashton Brown right in front of the goal. Corner doing a good job of trying to play with pace. Judge is trying to slow the game down. Corner's trying to fight back, play with pace, and that's why they're up 5-1, here in the second quarter.
And I love that transition because you could even see there almost the decision from the wing, right, where it's like, oh, we have an opportunity, and fed it in front real quickly and in the back of the net. Man, corner. Impressive response after trailing here early and didn't really feel like they had their footing in the opening minutes, but they got it now.
Yeah.
The only team to win a state championship since this sport has been sanctioned in the highest classification, be that Class A or 6A, has been Corner State since the get-go of this being sanctioned by the UHSAA. Here's Butler. He'll play back. Trentman trying to roll in front. Nice feed to the cutter, but couldn't catch it. I was talking with Coach Broska before the game and said, their Corner Canyon's offense in the early years of this being sanctioned was electric. But it feels like the last couple of years it's been their defense, and you see that here tonight, just how stout their defense of corner really is.
Yeah, Judge definitely really having to work for these quality looks.
This corner, to your point, back to very deliberate here. As Nielsen with it for the Chargers. Wren feeds out. Here's a rip, is just wide, backed up. Wheatley able to absorb the contact, and that one able to be stopped by the body there of Knight.
Yeah, nice little pick play to create some confusion in the defense. Inside roll, gets right in front of the goal, but a great stop by Knight.
Corner really making these clears tough, but here's an opportunity for Judge. Evans take this behind.
Nice job handling the pressure there by Corner.
I was going to say, Maddox Green was just being a pest there. As this one knocked away, lost the stick, and Corner back on it. Chargers have numbers if they can hurry. Brown will keep it. Works across, and a goal. Great vision from Brown to find Jagger Gamanchi for his first goal of the night.
Yeah, Corner just so good at sharing the ball, being so quick at advancing it in transition. Kind of mishandled the pass, but able to pick it up quickly, still have that numbers advantage. Attacks the goal, draws the defender, and then just an easy draw and dump.
And a timeout taken by Judge. 4:37 to go in the half. 6-1. Chargers exerting their dominance here in the first half. Welcome back. Boy, Scott, 6-1. If you're Judge, what do you try to adjust here given this early deficit?
Well, I think one of the things they need to do is they need to do a better job of getting back on defense. It seems like corner is really trying to push the ball, on their clears, and Judge they need to drop back and get back in the hole. And then I think also, some of that initial, what we saw at the beginning of the first quarter, just dominating the faceoff X, being patient on offense, and, trying to play their game. I mean, they're well coached, they run good sets, and I think just trying to get back, to what we saw at the beginning of the first quarter.
Well, that's a great mindset on that draw, or on that faceoff by Dunbar. Really just locked it up, waiting for help. Is Judge able to track that down to get possession? But certainly made it tough. Here's Knight again. Scott, we did see a goalie goal about this time a year ago.
That was probably one of my favorite calls.
That was one of the favorite plays, man. That was unreal. Here's King. Look out. Oh, why not? Red staying in the offensive end here. How about this? Oh. He'll peel off here. Even the PA guy said Rhett King looking for a shot, but
shout out to, just since we saw Rhett on the offensive side of the field, shout out to his brother, John King. D-Midi at Penn. Really electric shooter. Great athlete.
Yeah, I think still holds the state record for most goals, I believe.
Yeah. It's no wonder that Rhett is such a great goalie with having brothers that can shoot on him.
Playing backyard, you had to deal with John all the time.
Yeah.
And Judge able to get it ahead. Here comes Kranish. Boy, we haven't talked about Dylan much tonight. One of the stalwarts for this Judge team, one of the defensemen. Boy, corner just still locking everyone up. There's a flag coming in here, and Judge will go man up for the second time tonight.
It's a big offensive opportunity for Judge with 3 minutes left here in the second quarter. If they can get a goal and man up, win a face-off, score again before the end of the period, go into this down 3, that's a good opportunity for Judge.
They're 0 for 1 today on the man up. And don't recall, they might have had one shot on that man up.
Yeah.
See if they can get back to some offensive success here. Gowski will play near side to Wood. See, that's the difference. Look at corners just really packing everything near that goal. Everything really pushed outside. Looked like Gowski wanted that shot, but couldn't cleanly catch it, and now corner with possession can kill off the rest of this time.
Yeah, that was a tough unforced turnover for Judge.
I think about another 10, 15 seconds or so on the man down for corner. DeGracie. Fed in front. Oh, just missed the opportunity there. Nielsen was right in front of the cage. And now corner back at even strength. They work it.
Ooh.
And it's scored by Michael Wheatley, who mentioned just came back on, having served time as he scores his second tonight.
Yeah, just beautiful off-ball cut by Wheatley. Finds his defender sleeping. Has this great lane just right through the heart of the defense. It's wide open. Nice find there and a good finish for corner.
And that was one, I don't know that Judge ever knew he was coming back on, right? It felt like he just kind of trotted right to the middle. And no one saw him, recognized it.
But corner, scoring one-on-one, scoring in fast breaks, finding cutters. They're finding lots of ways to score.
Yes, they are. Down to 2 minutes to go here in this first half. And it's now 7 unanswered goals by the Chargers. Here's Butler. And that one could not be caught. There's just a lot of those unforced errors starting to catch up to Judge here.
Well, I feel like that slow pace is starting to work against them a little bit. You know, they feel like they're a little bit of sense of urgency, trying to play a little bit faster, and it's cost some turnovers.
And I was going to say, being down, you know, how much does that make you maybe rush a little bit, your thought process rush a little bit?
Right.
As King here will play wide. Oldroyd. Sorensen will give this up to Fisher. Final 60 seconds of the half. Oldroyd trying to work through that shot. Disrupted, fed in front just over the crossbar. Great look there for Fisher. Fed in front again, and that one's smothered by Knight. Boy, corner still able to really penetrate this defense, Scott.
Yeah, I mean they're finding guys open in front of the goal and still playing with a lot of pace, which I like.
And corner continue to lock up on these clears. Judge able to come ahead. 12 seconds left here in the half. Able to be captured here by Swanwick. Rome, clock down to 5. Gives this to Gowski. And that's going to do it for the half. He'll rip one from far, but it won't make its way through. Corner Canyon gave up the first. They've scored 7 since. They lead Judge 7-1 at the break. You're watching KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week, presented by Heidemann and Associates. Ready to start our second half. 7-1, Corner Canyon leading Judge Memorial. Dane Stewart, Scott Kilner with you. Scott, I thought this game was going to be back and forth, a battle. It's been entertaining, but on the scoreboard, it's been all corner.
Yeah, corner just doing a really good job of capitalizing in transition, unsettled plays, really doing a nice job of advancing the ball on the clears, trying to create some number situations. And Judge still doing a good job and hanging in this game. They look good. A couple of unforced turnovers that could have led to possibly some offensive goals or some goals on offense. And even though the score says 7-1, it doesn't necessarily feel like this game is so far apart.
I was talking to a member of the corner staff, and they said, we're a little nervous. We got spring break, and this is our first game back from spring break. I mean, they look crisp. Case in point, as it is Campton Dutton. His first goal of the game makes it 8-1.
Yeah, Camp Dutton with 20 points on the season. That's his 21st. One of the things that we were talking about earlier is just that this Corner Canyon team has 6 players that can pass, shoot, and score, and that's a tough defense, tough to defend against. Judge came out early in a zone, running a lot of zone. They kind of started switching back and forth to man, played mostly man in the second quarter, and that's where we started to see corner pull away.
Danes with face-off win here for the Chargers. More of the same here for corner to start this second half. They really responded well. They gave up some early face-offs to Judge, but since that point, it's probably been 50-50 or maybe in favor of corner.
Yep.
As the Chargers set up offensively here once again, here's Wheatley. Played over to Nielsen. He lost it. And now Judge will try to clear with Butler. Worked up through the middle. Here's Reed. Jerome. Being defended there by Brady. Well, you see just not a lot of room as a flag coming in here. Sean tried to feed out. Boy, and the Corner Canyon Sticks have been really good at disrupting some of those passes as this kept here. Was never possessed by corner, so we play on. Gowski being forced out, and we'll get a second whistle here.
Oh, 2 flags down.
Yes.
Yeah, Judge 0-2 on extra man opportunities for the evening. We'll see if they can capitalize with the double penalty.
So we've got a slash, the initial penalty, and then the push. So it'll be 30-second two-man down, and then an additional 31-man down here for the Chargers. I mean, this is really the opportunity that Judge has needed, right? He can free up, see if he can free up a little bit of space here and get some good looks.
Yeah, starting in a 1-4-1. They did this on their first man-up opportunity. They'll start in a 1-4-1, and then they'll kind of morph into a 3-3.
This 30 seconds will fly by. We'll see how aggressive Judge will be. Extra pass, boy, good. Slides here by corner. There's the look.
Bang.
And scored.
Nice.
Scott, your call's probably this. Bang. I mean, that was crisp.
Yeah, Swanwick. I mean, that was kind of what we saw at their first extra man. They'll start in this 1-4-1. They'll drop Swami behind the goal, and then they'll kind of reset into a 3-3. Swami will come up into that wing spot, that left-handed shooter. So accurate with all of his shots. And the defense just kind of sneaking around the crease there, doesn't pick him up. Easy dump down to Swami and gets that one to go.
So the man-up goal there for Judge. Their first goal since, goodness, I don't know, like the 11-minute mark, 10-minute mark of that first half or first quarter. See another good battle here. Matena trying to grab it for Judge, but it's corner. Max Taylor able to gain the possession. When I really like Dunbar just kind of freezing it there and waiting for help. He's done that a couple times. It's been effective.
Yeah.
We've got a timeout here taken by corner. 9.5 to go in our third. Timeout corner. We'll be back on KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week. Welcome back here to Corner Canyon High School. While we have a moment, we want to thank our sponsors that make this stream possible, including Tab Bank, home of the Tab Spend Rewards checking account with a 3.5% annual percentage yield and a 1% cash back on eligible purchases. It's a big deal at Tab Bank, member FDIC. Charger possession out of the timeout. Worked over Brown, now behind. There's a little wraparound top shelf goal. What a look there for Pearson DeGracie.
Yeah, Judge came out in their zone out of that timeout. And, corners had success, sort of finding that soft spot in the defense, just curling around the crease. Defender not coming out enough, getting their stick on their hands early, and corners had success, finding high-quality shots just right there. Kind of call out the island, the spot, roughly 4 yards off the goal and 4 yards up from the goal. Sometimes we refer to that as the island. That's where you want to get to. If you can get to that spot, get your hands free, you take that shot all day.
So that old question, what would you do if you were on an island for DeGracie? It's take a shot. Look at that. Great minds, eh, Scott? How about that? Here's Oldroyd. Corner on the possession here again, 9-2. Sorensen will work here to the edge and had something on the field there. May have had a extra ball. Fisher comes with Oldroyd. Red back, that one knocked down initially by Red. Corner still on it, nice spin. That one kind of lost track, Knight did. I think he got a piece of it, and now Judge on the possession. Trying to work the clear. They just brought Gowski on. He's open, and now can Judge get it up? That pass out in front. Judge gives it away.
Yeah, nice ride by Corner. Forcing them to move the ball from side to side of the field. Time running out, feeling a sense of urgency.
They really do just lock it up. I mean, these clears have been tough all night for Judge. Sorensen. As they'll bring Ballman up, he's got it here. They'll feed in front again. DeGracie trying to gather. Judge able to knock it loose a couple of times. And now trying to clear here with Butler. Judge on the run. On that pass, just a touch behind. And DeGracie able to gather for the Chargers. Knocked loose. Swanwick had it, and flags coming in here as that check was high. And really just gets caught in a tough spot, right? Swanwick is kind of lower and trying to put that check on. And DeGracie knew immediately he's going to spend time for this one.
Well, just anything, it's always a point of emphasis for the officials. Just anything that's high or near the head is going to be a 1 minute non-releasable penalty.
And that's one where if Rome is straight up, that's probably right in the chest. But because he's kind of going down in the moment, it just comes up.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like those football penalties when you get the target. And it's like, well, the player's kind of going down. But to your point, it's a point of emphasis and player safety. And so 1 minute non-releasable here for Corner Canyon. And another opportunity for the Bulldogs here to try to take advantage of a man-up opportunity. Gowski gives back to Jerome. Boy, everything's still just outside here for Judge. Boy, there's just no room inside of this corner D. Is Sean trying to track that down for the Bulldogs. Still being battled for up the near line. Gathered by Corner. Finkhauser able to possess for the Chargers.
Yeah, nice defensive stand there by the Chargers to get the ball down in their offensive zone. They'll have a chance to kill this penalty.
Cameron Wade with it. As final seconds of this man down for Corner coming away. Back to even strength are the Chargers. A little bit of room here. A shot, that just fended off. Nielsen feeds over. There's a shot and a goal. Another rip from that same spot, Scott, as it is Wheatley scoring his third tonight.
Yeah, just a beautiful speed dodge around the goal and a nice sort of off-ball cut to get into an easy passing lane. And all the defense was focused on the action behind the goal, able to get there, get his hands free, time and room. Just a nice high-quality shot. Great off-ball movement by Wheatley.
He only had 9 goals coming into this game tonight. He's got 3 of them. He has been a big-time player for this Charger offense. As this face-off won by Judge. Here's Matena. Dallas absorbs the contact, takes the shot and scores. Dallas Matena with his first tonight as Judge has a response.
Yeah, nice goal by Dallas Matena. I mean, I think that was his 6th goal of the season on 7 shots. And it makes total sense why. He's a big, strong guy. Gets into the middle of the field. Gets his hands free. High-quality look there by Matena.
I really want to give a story from last year's playoff, but I don't want to mess it up. I don't know. Should I try it, Scott?
Yeah, I think you should,
All right.
Dave.
Do you remember something about Matena and a buffalo? Wasn't that like his nickname or something like that?
There was the Buffalo. There was Duck last year for Brighton. Mason Frey was known as Duck, the Buffalo.
But wasn't Matena the buffalo? I can't remember. I can't remember. If he wasn't, he probably is now. So sorry about that, Dallas. But to your point, you can see just his physicality and look, he fleet of foot, right? And obviously can place a shot. He's a very talented young man for the Bulldogs, just a junior. As this battle, about 10 yards out, swept back, Judge coming away with it. Knight surveying, will play over. I forgot about Duck for Brighton. That's a good recall. Here comes Judge. Look out. Long pole shot right to King. I think I just heard the PA guy call Rhett King the Wiz. I like that one. We'll have to confirm that one. If you can't tell, we're all into nicknames.
Ooh, nice check.
Yeah, I got held up there, so Judge here will start with it. Here comes Jerome. Held scoreless tonight. If you're corner, that's a great sign to hold Sean Jerome out of the books.
Yeah, Sean Jerome with 28 points on the season. Definitely one of the leaders of the offense.
And .333 shooting percentage as well. Certainly apt. There's inside of 3 to go in this third. Comey trying to get to the middle. Shot there. King able to fight it off. And McKenna had that knocked away. It's back to Judge. Starting from behind, Wood. Gowski works over. Jerome, that was off the side. And we have
interference?
Yeah. After Jerome took that shot, I felt like there was maybe an extended check. I don't know if that was the call, if there was something else there. Sean still on it, trying to feed in front. Another pass deflected. Maintained here, Swanwick. Boy, Rome just hard to get any space. Looking for the middle. A shot there that rises is backed up. Gowski. Marked up by McKenna. A little bit of room here. Gowski shot and a goal. His second tonight for Judge.
Yeah, nice move by Gowski. Just with his strong hand. Gets over the top and just a great shot on the run. Gets that one to go past Rhett King.
And I think you see the talent the Judge has when they can free up, right?
Yeah.
But they haven't really been able to get freed up much tonight. Corner's done a great job sticking with them, and they haven't had a lot of lanes or open area to get shots away.
Right. Yeah, it's been tough. The Corner Canyon defense doing a great job. making it hard for Judge to execute what they want on offense. You're really starting to see a lot of just individual ISO guys trying to go one-on-one to make a play.
Swept back by Danes and possessed by Corner. Corner will bring Wheatley back up here. He's got it now. Comanche works over to Brown. Got 6 different scorers tonight for Corner. Wheatley will step up, take a shot, and score number 4.
Just great shot placement by Wheatley. They find him in the middle of the field. Just a quick move to his left, gets his hands free, puts that off hip on Knight. It was great shot placement. The shooting by Corner really all night has been great. Finding open shooters in front of the goal, cutters, just every shot, is high quality and well placed.
I think that's one of the things that stood out for me tonight is you look at the stats and you maybe think that Corner doesn't have a lot of balance of top-end scores, but that's not the case. They do actually have quite a bit of depth offensively. At least that's, to me, how it's appeared tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here comes Judge. Is Evan settling it up here. 25 seconds left in the third. They'll bring Gus Wood up. Down to 15, working to Jerome. Here is Gus. Rome. Far out. We'll take a shot here. That fended off wide, and Judge able to back it up with 3.5 to play in the third. That pass can't be controlled, and that will do it. We are through 3. 11-4. Corner Canyon. The big lead as we head to the 4th and final quarter on KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week. Start of the 4th. Corner trail the opening minutes. They've outscored Judge in every frame as we head to the final of regulation here. And it is a face-off win for Judge. Matena navigating traffic, lost it right in front of the crease. And Corner able to come away with it. Wade showing some speed through the middle. One of the things I don't think we've talked about yet, Scott, maybe we did, and it's been a long night. Coach Braska used to coach here at Corner, a lot of familiarity with this senior class, and kind of a homecoming. Actually, the PA recognized him before the game as a former coach here and helped Coach Ika in the transition and really establishing the dominance of this program. And so, sure, it's always tough to come back to a place that you know well and players you know so well. But it's one of the things that really added to the intrigue of this game coming into tonight was just that familiarity he has, in particular with the seniors who he coached when he was a coach here at Corner.
Yeah, Jeff Braska has been a huge shot there. But just really a great supporter of lacrosse in Utah in general. I mean, between Corner, Park City, and Judge, just helped take so many programs to another level.
As Preston DeGracie scoring his second goal tonight. And it's a similar play that we've seen a couple times tonight here for Corner.
Yep. Just getting around that corner, getting around the crease, getting to that sweet spot on the island, 4-4. Turn and shoot. It's tough, defense. It's tough for the defense to send a slide.
Just going back to that real quickly in terms of Coach Braska, there's so much that he does that people have no idea. Working behind the scenes, supporting coaches, supporting the growth of this sport in the state. And you know, if you know him, you know how much he knows, not only about this sport, but about players in this sport, coaches in this sport, and trying to grow this. He's been a key part of the rise of lacrosse in the state of Utah over the last several years, decade plus. His corner coming up here. Corner settling it here with Sorensen. Coming around, and boy, that shot just missed. Good look there for Danes. Danes, one of the face-off guys, been working from X here these last couple of minutes. Is that pass off the mark? We'll head to Judge. Matena, my bad. That's Knight. My bad. Sorry, guys. Judge settling it here.
It's dark up here.
Oh, that one just sailed. Right back to corner. Interesting when you look at the Chargers, they'll actually start region play later this week. They'll have Riverton, and then they'll take on Mountain Ridge next week. That's going to be a very interesting game. That Sentinel team, top 5 in 6A. They got a lot of offense with JT Rigby and good defense. Corner rip here and a goal. Another one scored by DeGracie as he's got his third of the night.
Yeah, DeGracie kind of just slips out from the defense to that spot, kind of that little wing spot right off the crease. Just wide open, time and room, great shot placement. Really tough to save for Connor Knight.
Talk about corner getting ready to start their region schedule and that game against Mountain Ridge next week, which will be huge. Potential region championship game. Then you look at, up north, Davis and Farmington both off to great starts. It's great to see the growth of this game and competitiveness. I mean, you think last year, the state championship game, that goes to double overtime, I believe. Corner beat Davis in that one, but you see more in teams that are getting closer to be able to compete with corner in 6A, but as they've demonstrated here tonight, it's still the program to beat here in the state of Utah.
Yeah, absolutely. Number 1 in the coaches poll.
Number 1 in the RPI.
Number 1 in the RPI. Undefeated on the season, 8-0.
There are 2 other 6A teams undefeated. Do you know those?
David? No, I don't.
Davis is 1.
Davis. I'm not sure the other one.
Skyridge. Falcons off to a great start this year. We'll see if they can hold on that in region play. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, it's okay. I ball goes out of bounds.
It went out of bounds. It'll be team Judge possession here. Here's Gowski. He's got a pair of goals tonight. Had the first goal back in that, first goal of the game, actually. Swanwick. Lost that. And this will be, let's stay with Judge. Rome trying to find the middle. And that shot, a lot of sticks in the area, backed up. Fed in front, Gowski couldn't possess it. Here's Jerome. Swanwick. Drawing multiple defenders, gets to Gowski and King with the save.
Swanwick super patient, draws the double. keeps his head up. Finds Zagaski with a quality look. Just great save by Rhett King.
Here comes corner. Fankhauser will play this out as the Chargers will set up their offense. Corner on pace to hold their 9th opponent of the season to single digits. Nielsen feeding in front. What a play. How about that read by Nielsen, able to get it over to Caden Ballman for the goal.
Yeah, just great feed, great, just that pass was right in the box for Ballman. He was kind of cutting down that far pipe. And just great off-ball movement, great feed, and a nice finish. I like, feeding the crease is an interesting thing in lacrosse. I mean, it seems so often it's just a force to the crease, but as long as there's a strong dodge happening, I'm totally fine with feeding the crease, especially if people are moving off ball. Nice look inside there for the Chargers.
And I really feel like we've seen a great mix of their offense tonight. They've had outside shooting. We've seen great play to get it in front of the cage. We've seen great dodges as well to get in shooting areas. Yep. Even great play from X, right? I mean, They have really done everything tonight that you would really want to see your team do. Maybe the only exception would be some of the penalties as they forced a turnover here, tried to feed it in front. That was just off the mark. But even their man down has been extremely effective tonight. They get the one goal, but they've done a great job of forcing turnovers and able to kill off time. As Judge coming ahead here with Wood. Gus will play this to Trentman, and that shot back, or won by a corner there on the chase. They'll work up through the middle. Adamson trying to regain that. That's what teammates are for right there. Kept by Bonham. Five to play here in regulation. Work back behind. Togamachi. Fisher will work away from that screen. Through the defense, the shot there, that might have hit off the post. Sorensen on the follow, but had a crease violation. It'll be Judge possession. Able to keep that in. Here's Hirsch. We've got a timeout taken here by Judge. Just over 4 to go in regulation. Corner Canyon ready to improve to 9-0. 4:05 to go in regulation. Judge possession. Sent up with Evans here. We talked about the prospects in 6A. 4A is interesting. Judge, I think, still probably the best team. Don't let tonight's effort deceive you. This is a very talented team, but you look at 4A, Westfield's been great this year. Green Canyon as well. As a shot here is just shy of that post. There's a flag coming in here. But Payson's been strong this year. Don't know, if how well they'll match up against some of those top teams in 4A. But you see the sport expanding. St. George now in the mix in 4A. There's a lot of growth and a lot of strong teams. Be interesting to see kind of how 4A shakes out at the end of the day.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the sport is growing across the state, and 4A, 5A, 6A, there's quality talent, quality competition, regardless of region or size.
And I think you see a lot of competitiveness up in Region 11 right now. I mean, Green Canyon, Westfield both been strong. Mountain Crest beat Green Canyon. Those two teams playing this week, Green Canyon and Westfield. So there's a lot of parity in a lot of these regions, which I think will make the state tournament really fun. As Jerome stepping up here, that shot saved by King. My goodness, that young man. You got to check and see if he's got binoculars under that helmet, because he sees the ball extremely well.
Yeah, he really does. And that's sometimes hard, playing under the lights at night like this.
Yeah. This boy, contact through the middle, flag coming in. And this is a non-releasable to corner. Corner's coming right at it and scoring on the man down. Doesn't matter for Cameron Wade as the sophomore scores his first goal tonight, down a man.
Just taking it all the way in transition, eating the check up at the midfield. Nobody really stops ball, and he has a clear lane all the way to the goal.
Yeah, the flag was on, and I don't know if the Judge was just kind of banking on I don't know, but to your point, everything just kind of seemed
yeah, just taking it all the way.
Yeah. Penalty, here's a situation. Because there was a goal, there's no penalty enforced. It's non-releasable, so corner's still a man down here.
Yep.
As we're down to 2:45 left in regulation. Face-off won by the Bulldogs. Evans will give this to Hirsch. Dillon, a little room. Here's Jerome. Inside 2 to go. Green defending, trying to dissect through, and King is right there. There are like 3 Chargers around him defensively. I mean, it's just
great individual effort to, get in front of the goal, but yeah, tough to get the shot off, and King's there to make the save.
And how about even that clear by King? I mean, that's a bounce pass that covers about 30 yards, and it's, on a dime.
Yeah. I think that's one of the really impressive things about King is he seems like a really well-rounded goalkeeper. I mean, he's running the defense, he's backing up shots, he's making great outlet passes.
He's willing to stand in offensively,
he's taking the ball.
Give me the ball, coach.
Line. Yeah.
I'm sure Coach King isn't going to like that comment there, but that one just mishandled. Final minute, just because most coaches want their goalies to play in the crease,
Yeah. Well, you don't want them to get injured.
Too.
Trying to do a little bit too much on the offensive end.
That too. Impressive effort tonight from Corner Canyon. Had this game circled all year, and apparently they have as well. Once they got their footing under them, it has been a freight train tonight. There's a shot and another goal scored by DeGracie. My goodness.
I mean, not much the Judge defense could do right there. They were in great position. It was just a better offensive play.
So how about this? We talk about the leading goal scorers and point men for Corner Canyon, Ashton Brown and Cam Dutton. They were the 2 we talked about coming in. But it's Wheatley, the senior, DeGracie, the sophomore, they each had 9 goals coming in. They each have 4 tonight to lead the way for corner.
Yeah, it's really a pick your poison sort of thing with this corner offense.
Face-off win for Matena. Dallas will take the shot just wide and backed up. Wood. I'll tell you the other thing, the aggressiveness of King in the crease. He's had not been shy about stepping out to provide help. As the final seconds ticking away, that will do it. 16-4 corner. A dominating win against Judge. Scott, your final thoughts and a selection of a player of the game.
Well, I think really, corner came out and really sort of dominated. Started off a little bit slow, but ultimately went on to dominate rides, clears, offense, scoring in multiple ways, scoring in transition, attacking from behind the goal, from up top, finding cutters, just really complete offensive effort from the Chargers. I thought Judge came out. They had a good game plan, it seemed like, to start. Let's dominate the faceoffs. Let's try to control the time of possession. And that worked for them early on in the fourth quarter, but the speed and the tempo of the Chargers caught up with them. And I think as far as a player of the game, I think it really has to go to Rhett King. Just really impressed with him in the cage, his clearing ability, his ball stopping ability, just the way that the defense was playing together. He's one of the leaders on the defense. And so I'd give player of the game to Rhett King.
He was solid tonight. I mean, if you could give it to the whole team, you would, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I thought his defensive line in front of him was really strong. He obviously had huge saves, timely saves. And then the offense, a lot of versatility for this corner lineup demonstrated tonight. 16-4 your final score as the Chargers improved to 9-0 on the season. We want to thank you for joining us here on our Game of the Week. Reminder, we've got content videos coming out, coaches and player interviews coming out. You can catch all that on KSLSports.com, as well as game streams every week. We'll take you all the way to state championships, and we'll have live games up until then every week right here. For Quentin Psyche, Scott Kellner, my name is Dane Stewart. Thank you for joining us, and have a good night, everyone. Corner Canyon over Judge, 16-4.